Well, here we are again. And hopefully this is the very, very, very last time I ever have to do a video of me sitting in the garage, kind of moping a little bit, kind of sad. And yeah, just about this car in general. Because yeah, the time has come, unfortunately. This is not a clickbait video. I just cleared that up right now. Exactly what you see in the title is exactly what it is. You know, it's the end. It's the end for me, man. This has been going on for so long. This has been like a project that I've been pushing to do for the last 4.5, almost 5 years, and it's just been nothing but a headache, honestly. And it's kind of shitty as well because I bought this T-shirt. I want to say about, I think I bought it like in July of last year. I bought this hat back in July of last year as well. Like I pretty much bought this whole outfit. Waiting for the chance to kind of wear it. Of course, you know, the car broke down like a week or so after I bought these clothes, so I didn't even get to even wear them to do like a little photo shoot with it or whatever. But I'll show you the shirt a little bit. It's just, yeah, flies. It's just a Acura TL shirt, navy blue, and then the 6 is a hat from the YouTuber. It's just a 6. You know, his Save the Manuals campaign. So this is one of the pieces of merch I bought from him. I bought a mug. I bought a Save the Manuals license plate frame, which I gave to a friend of mine very, very recently before I shot this video. So I'm just unfortunately, it's time to part ways. It really is time to move on, unfortunately. So, what's going on now is the fact that I can no longer afford to keep this car going. I can no longer, I no longer have the patience, honestly. You know, it was 8 months that the car was down, almost 9 months the car was down, having to get a new engine rebuilt. Several times it got rebuilt during that time. The amount of money, the thousands of dollars that went into this. And it didn't even last me a month, and it's destroyed again. And at this point, just it's not meant to be. It's just not meant to be. And I guess as much as you guys would have wanted this to continue, as much as I would have wanted to give you guys content with this car, and as much as I just enjoyed this car overall, like think about it. What cars do they make nowadays with a 6-speed manual? Not many. Cars they used to make only offer automatics now because that's what the generation is going towards. You know, no one likes to use both their hands to drive anymore. No one likes to use both their feet anymore. They'd rather, you know, drive with one arm in the steering wheel and, you know, be drinking something or eating something or doing something else I'm not going to describe on camera because, you know, there are kids that watch this. So I'm just gonna just keep it PG, you know. But yeah, it was a pretty iconic car for Acura, pretty iconic car for myself and to the car enthusiast world because this is something that's a highly desirable vehicle. You know, a 6-speed manual TL Type S, especially with the A-spec kit and everything else. Like, it was a very, very sought after vehicle. So let me just explain what's going on or what happened. I know some of you follow me on Instagram, so you kind of just see the story. The car broke down again about a week and a half ago now. Prior to it breaking down, I want to say 2 weekends ago, I drove out to Cocoa Beach, and on the way back, I noticed some vibration coming from the front of the car while I was accelerating. So at that point, I kind of figured out, okay, well, it's time to replace the axles. I mean, I replaced them maybe 2 years ago or so, and of course, with the car being lowered, you know, they're going to go through the axles a lot sooner than you should. So okay, so about that time to replace them again. No big deal. I'm going to be on call this coming weekend, so I'll just ride it out to the weekend coming up. And then, of course, I'll be home. I'll have plenty of time to, you know, take the front end apart and replace the axles. Or so I thought. You know, we'll wait till next weekend. The car had other plans, apparently. That being said, that following Wednesday night, I was driving home. I went to meet up with a friend of mine to we'll get some drinks, hang out for a little bit. You know, well, when we eventually got to go back home, I want to say maybe got halfway into the trip and I took off from a red light, first gear, went to second, and it just popped out of second gear as if I like kind of like missed it a little bit. Then I heard this loud clunking noise, and then just a lot of rattling and this, that, and the other. Wouldn't go to second gear anymore, and it was like, okay, what happened here? So kind of figured at that point, oh, I guess the axle snapped. No big deal. I'll call my insurance company, tell them to tow it home for me, and then I'll just get to it on the weekend like I initially planned to do. But because I was out there so long, I didn't get to bed until about 3 o'clock in the morning, at which point I was not in any physical state to go to work the next day, so I did take the day off and slept a few more hours and then came out here to work. So changed out the axles. Even that was a bit of a headache because I don't know what it is with Advanced Auto Parts. They don't stand by their warranty anymore. Like the axles, the lifetime warranty, but of course now I got to replace it for the second time. No longer their lifetime warranty doesn't cover that anymore. Like, okay, so what's lifetime warranty for then? But not the first time I had a problem with Advanced Auto Parts. I don't know if their policies have changed. I mean, I'm not trying to do anything to throw shade or shame them, but just at least now I know that the warranty rules or whatever it is have changed. And long story short, I had to end up going somewhere else to buy new axles. So I went and bought a brand new set of axles from O'Reilly's, put them in, started the car up, still hearing the clunking noise. And I really thought, damn, how did me snapping the axle, did I blow the engine again? How did this happen? So called my neighbor's a mechanic, he came over, went over things, make sure I did everything right, make sure the axles were in all the way, which they were. Of course, I turned the car on with the remote start. Now, of course, when I do that, I don't have to push on the clutch because it's bypassed. So it's only when you tell me, hey, let's jack the car up, let's put it back on the jack stands, and let's do a few tests real quick, see what's going on. Now, the way you can test, your axle and your differential rotation is to jack the wheels up in the air, and jack the car up in the air, and then you're gonna spin one of the wheels. I spun the driver's side wheel, and the passenger wheel was not moving at all. What's supposed to happen is that when you're turning one wheel, the other one's supposed to go the opposite way. So one goes forward, one goes back at the same time. So it does that. It wasn't doing that at all. This was moving, but that side was not doing a damn thing, and vice versa. Move this wheel, and this one wasn't doing anything. And I know it's definitely an axle issue because when I took out the axles, the driver's side, I guess the internals on the transmission side of it, I pretty much broke. It came out like flopped. I'll put the picture up here too so you guys can see it, how that was. The passenger side was so loose, like all I had to do was jack the car up and remove the nut for the axle, and I literally took my finger and just pushed the axle like right out, like out of the nut. I was like, wow, that's not good. So definitely both axles snapped somehow. That he had me start the car while I was in the air. Of course, when the car is in the air, and I'm sitting in the car this time, just out of natural habit, to push in the clutch to start a manual car. So I did that, and I stopped hearing the noise. So I'm like, oh, okay. I don't know what we just did, but it stopped. As soon as I got out of the clutch, the loud knocking, cluttering noise started again. So okay, well at least that kind of narrows down one of the problems. That's not an engine problem. So when I did talk to some people about what was going on, a few people try to blame, the mechanic who rebuilt the engine, saying that, oh, your builder doesn't know what he's doing. He messed up your engine again. And no, it's not the case. The engine is healthy as hell. It's super quiet. It's extremely responsive now because I have the higher compression pistons, the racing bearings, and all that. So it's a really, really, really strong, healthy engine, and there's less than 1,000 miles on it. So I'm pretty sure right now you guys can kind of see where I'm getting at with this. So at this point, I am just, it's time to move on. It's been a great, fun project. I've had my fun with it at the times that it wasn't giving me problems. It was definitely a great highway vehicle, definitely a very, very nice show car. It was very comfortable for a daily driver and for any of these. I've taken naps in here plenty of times. And I've really just enjoyed, putting my time and my money into it. But, the last couple of years alone just got very, very stressful. And as much as I tried to just keep on with it and just keep the spirit alive, like it had to die eventually. Like it wasn't meant to be. I've really done my most, like The way I feel about this right now is like how I feel about a relationship, or even something with work, or just anything in life that, things just tend to show its signs that it's time to move on. It's not going to work. It's not meant to happen. And this is how I feel right now. Is that it's every goal, every aspiration, every piece of joy that I had, every intention I have with this car going forward, it just wasn't meant to happen. This is just the universe just letting me know. This the man above just letting me know that there's just it's just not meant to go anymore. As much as I wanted to, as much as you guys have wanted to, it's time to move on to bigger and better things. So this is where I'm at right now. The Acura is unfortunately for me, and maybe for a lot of your viewers and subscribers, the Acura is going to go away. I already have a part out list set for it. I have not posted it as of yet because I'm still waiting on invoice prices for several of the brand new parts that I bought over the time that the car was down, such as the bumper, the upper control arm camber kits, the rear camber kits, the vibrant resonator, the coolant overflow tank, which I finally got last week. After all these months waiting for that. What else did I have? The fuel pump. Like, there's a bunch of brand new stuff that I bought. I haven't even opened them yet, so because I bought it all at once. I don't know how much each one was piece by piece. So I gotta get in contact with Speed Zone on Monday and pretty much get the prices for that, and then I'll be able to post those on the part of list as well. But as of right now, this car is going to be parted out. I'm sorry. I really wish I could keep this going, but there's a couple things I really want to make clear. This has to be said. Now, when I did make the post the day after the car did break down with the accident and whatnot, I made a post on Facebook. I made a post on Instagram, pretty much just like venting like my frustration, just like letting you know, look, I'm done. I've really tried my best with this, but I can't do it anymore. It's causing me too much problems, too much stress, too much money, and whatever it is. And about 85% of the comments were all along the terms of, no, don't get rid of it. This is an awesome car. You really put your time and your money into it. No, man, just keep it. Just go ahead and fix it up, man. Just fix it. Keep it going. And yeah, that's great. That's great that you guys have the enthusiasm, and I really appreciate it. But once again, two things I want to make clear. The first thing I want to make clear is that it's very, very easy for you all to make the comments or make the suggestions as to, fixing the car. But here's one thing you guys need to consider. I'm the one that's paying for it. You know what I mean? So it's easy for you guys to say, oh, just fix it. Yeah, of course, yeah. Just fix it, yeah. But who's paying for it? Who's paying for it? You know what I mean? And I'm not saying this to be a jerk or anything like that, but it's the truth of the matter is, I'm the one that has to take the financial strain, the mental stress, and whatever it is to fix this car. Okay, and the second thing I want to make clear is that I'm not rich. I am not rich, all right? I live in an average house like everybody else. I don't live in a freaking, $6,000 house in Lake Nona or something like that. I don't drive, a Bentley or something to work every day. You understand? I mean, mind you, I work for somebody else. So, rich people usually, I might sound ignorant with this statement. Rich people don't work for anybody. They invest in themselves. They start their own business. They have their own means of income to where they don't have to work for anybody. They can get up every morning, lay there in their bed, and check their account, or watch thousands of dollars or millions of dollars, rolling through their account every day. I don't have that. So I don't know why people have this perception of me that I'm rich, but I'm not. I'm an average Joe like everybody else. I work a regular Monday through Friday, 9 to 5 job, per se. I do some overtime here and there, but that's it. I'm just a regular dude. I don't make massive amounts of money to keep dumping into cars. I don't. Again, I'm not saying any of this to piss anybody off. I'm not saying this to upset anybody. I'm really just trying to help you guys understand the realism of this right now. Is that I cannot afford to keep this car. Over the last 2 years, I've dumped. If I already do all the math, I did all the math the other night. I've dumped in well over $10,000 in repairs. I had the transmission rebuilt back in 2019. I had the engine swapped and somewhat rebuilt in 2020. I had the engine rebuilt 3 times between 2021 and now. It's all that is money, all that is time, and I just don't have that anymore, guys. I'm sorry, I really don't. It's really just it's a time. I gotta move on. Okay, it's time to move on from the little boy racer show car. I really just focus on better things in life. I have a brand new car sitting outside here right now, brand new off the lot, 2022, 0 miles. Like, maybe that's a sign from God that I just need to focus on that. Just. And the thing is though, like the amount of money I've spent in this car over the past couple of years, I can't really ever tell anybody that I can't afford to have a child. It's obvious. If I can dump all this money into a car, I can definitely invest that money into, to raising a child. Now, obviously, right now I don't have that privilege because I've not met that person in my life to settle down with and, build that family. But at least now I know it's a realization that a lot of people make it based on a financial standpoint, which it is. Having children are expensive, but I don't like to look at it from a money aspect. I look at it as this is what it takes to, this is the thing you have to deal with when you become a father or you become a mother. That's, money and time to go into. And the same money and time I put into this, I can definitely afford to raise a child. So that thing in my mind, if I can't afford to have kids, that's completely gone now. Like every doubt that I had, it's a wake up call for me. Now, mind you, a few suggestions were considered. There was a friend of mine that had offered to fix it for me, and he had offered to invest the money to fix it for me, and then at that point, just if I decide to sell the car after that, then I'll pretty much just give him back his money after selling the car, give him back his money he put into it to fix it. So, as a friend, I appreciate that. Thank you very much. That was a very, very nice gesture. So that was one option. Second option is the option I'm considering is just parting it out and just, whatever's left of it, whatever else I could save, to still sell off of it. And whatever's left, just pretty much just either sell the shell or just call it junkyard. I was like, hey, look, I got a full, a full stripped car here for, if you guys want to buy it. But and most junkyards, they'll give you maybe $400 or $500 for a car. They'll come pick it up and they'll pretty much part it out on their salvage yard. So that was another option as well, which that's the option I'm considering. The third option would be to sell the car the way it is, with the bad transmission. This bumper seen better days, but I have the new bumper in the shed. So sell the car as a whole exactly the way it is right now, minus the wheels. I'll put the stock wheels back on. These I will probably maybe put on the Stinger. Maybe just refurbish them real good and get some fresh tires for them and put them on the Stinger. Let that be the Stinger's wheels. But that's all just thoughts right now. So that was the second option. The third option would be to put the car aside for right now. Put it this way. The insurance is already off. I took the insurance off of it last week, so I don't have any intention of really driving or fixing this car, to be honest with you. But the third option was to take my time putting the money aside and fixing it. Getting the brand new bumper and everything put on, getting the car painted, and then just start a giveaway for the car. At which point I would be, give it back to you guys for you guys to continue the legacy for the TL. But once again, it's going to involve money which I don't have and don't wish to invest anymore. And the idea of setting up a GoFundMe for it was also considered, but you really got to look into the facts of doing a GoFundMe. GoFundMes are for people that are in need of help. Okay. Usually it could be, God forbid, somebody's got into an accident. They're in very, very critical condition. They need surgery, or somebody's doing a fundraiser for cancer or leukemia, anything like that. and of course, pretty much, raising the money to, for like a charity, okay, or in this case, someone who's really in need of aid and really just lost their job or something like that. None of those categories do I fall into. God willing, thank goodness for that. So it really did not seem right. Like, I don't know if it's like a pride thing or it's just a principle thing. Like, I just can't see myself going on a page or on social media and asking you guys to help me fix my car. It's not no one's responsibility to give me money to help me fix the car. It's not your guys' car. It's mine. I'm solely responsible to take care of it. So I can't expect that from anybody else. I would not want to expect it from anybody else because everybody has their own finances. Everybody has their own things in life that they have to take care of. Like, no one is liable to take care of me. Absolutely nobody. Everybody has their own lives and their own dealings in life, so I'm not ever going to expect anybody to take money out of their pocket to fix a material object. Okay, so I'm being very blunt, cut and dry, and as logical as I can be about this right now. So once again, I'm not doing this to hurt anybody's feelings. I'm not trying to tell anybody that nobody is helping me, because honestly right now, you guys are the reason why I even continue making YouTube content, because you guys are subscribed, because you guys are shared and liked and commented, and let me know your feedback and everything and what you guys want to see. So from the bottom of my heart, bottom of my heart, I thank all of you. But once again, I'm not gonna beg anybody for money. I don't expect anybody to help me. So this is pretty much where I stand at this point. So just look out for the pretty much just look out for the posts on social media about what I'm going to be selling off of it. Pretty much going to strip the whole car bone if I could. The A-Spec kit is already sold. I haven't even posted anything yet, and I already had that sold. So the buyer will be coming tomorrow to pick that up. That's pretty much all I got. I mean, it's as sad as this is. It's the end. And I really tried my hardest, guys. So I really hope you guys understand that. But just know that things are gonna have to move in a different direction going forward. It's still gonna be brotherly reviews. It's still gonna be vlogs and car content and DIYs and car meets and whatever it is. It's still gonna be that. It's just not gonna involve this car anymore. Maybe this is a sign to really focus on the Kia and just make that into like the best project that I can do. And it's a brand new car, so it's a great platform to build on. There's lots of modifications that I can get for it. I've done a few already. There's a box full of stuff right there that I gotta put on it pretty soon. So it's little by little, I'm gonna piece the car together, and of course, the money I get out this car, I can use some of that money to invest into, getting suspension and wheels and a couple of things like that, a lot sooner than it would be to finance all of it. And even so, this could also help me pay that car off quicker. I plan on paying the Kia off in 5 years or less. That's my goal. It's a 7-year loan, but the more I grind, the more overtime I do, I can pay that car off a lot quicker. So with this, selling the money from that's like a nice big chunk of change I can put onto the loan and refinance it and even get my payments to be lower, and then still throw that extra money on top of it to pay it off quicker. So lots of positives out of this negative. So once again, I hope you guys understand. I appreciate all of you for your support, and let's just stay positive about everything going forward. And like I said, hopefully the last time I gotta make a video like this. So thanks for joining me today. I really appreciate all of you.